Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. If you've been following me on my channel, you will probably know that I have worked as a Waterstones bookseller since 2018, so predating my genesis on BookTube. And ever since my job at Waterstones, actually, I have been a lot more of a reader. I've been buying a whole load of books. A little bit too many books, if you ask me. And the reason for that is because of this. This has been giving me 50% off every single book that I own in this library that I bought myself. 50% off. It's dangerous, and my cats are fighting. Stop! But alas, all journeys must come to an end, and I am leaving Waterstones at the end of this week, so I have to give my discount card back on Saturday. Ugh. It will actually save me in the long run. I feel like because I've had this power in my hands for so long, that's partly why I've had this kind of compulsion to just buy books when I see them. So with me not working in the bookstore anymore, I won't see the books that come in, I won't want to buy them straight away, and I won't have 50% off them either. So I will be using my local library a lot more in the future, as well as just calming my tits when it comes to buying books. This will be the biggest breakup I've ever had. This is the longest relationship I've ever been in. 4 years. 4 years. And I have to give it up. Honestly, I'm emotional. Well, emotional doesn't cover it. There are just so many memories associated with this. But I'm not saying goodbye just yet. I'm not saying goodbye yet. I'm going to make the most of this while I still have it. So I'm going to be going to my store in this video and getting my money's worth out of this. Honestly, I am going to put everything I see in a basket. Well, maybe not everything, but yeah, I'm gonna go wild. I'm gonna go crazy. You crazy girl. I need to stop quoting that. Honestly, I'm getting sick of it. So I'm gonna take you with me to my store. I'm gonna use this for the last time. And then I will show you what I bought and we're gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna say goodbye to the good times.
Afraid to turn out the lights? Is there something you're scared of? What's there out in the dark? Make sure to keep all your windows locked. Do you surrender? You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out out of here. You can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Wanting something good to come, waiting for things to run away from. Are you just hiding? Yeah, walking into the fire, talking like you never die, like you're immortal. You try to stay awake. These walls you can't escape. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Here's one for the lonely hearts, for the ones that fear the dark. You better run out of here. Bet you can't look the other way. Here's one for the broken road. That's the only one you know. You better run out, truth or dare. Get me out, take me anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Oh, anywhere but here. Anywhere but here.
I just managed to get home before the heavens opened. But I have a haul. Ugh. I just went in store and bought all of these. but I actually do have 24 books on pre-order as well. I'm not stupid. I was thinking ahead. Because I've already pre-ordered all of these on the Waterstones website, I will still get discount on them. I've got 39 books in this video, but I want to get into the book haul. So firstly, what I got were these 3 like Marvel comic special edition collections, and these are expensive. These are like £40 each, and I wasn't sure if I really wanted these. I mean, I kind of do, because I love Marvel so much. Like, Marvel films are some of my favorite films. Never really read any of the comics, so these will be absolutely awesome to read, but I saw the price of them, £40. I was like, do I really want to pay full price for that? So I ended up getting these. So I have The Amazing Spider-Man, I have Captain America, and I also have Black Panther. I think these are the only three like special edition Penguin Classics Marvel Collection editions that are out there. They also have gilded edges. Right, I want to take them out of the plastic so I can show you the inside. Oh, it's so pretty, and I'm getting my dirty fingers all over it. I also love that the end papers of these editions are villains from like that series. So like the Black Panther series, these are a couple of villains. So there's quite a bit of introduction, and then we have like full color comics. And I'm not too sure what volumes these are. I don't know if it tells you. It probably does. But that's just so gorgeous. And then it will be the same for Captain America and Spider-Man as well. So I'm glad I got these. I also got You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi, and I recently read Freshwater and absolutely loved it. So I think this one is going to be awesome too. I know Jessie from Portals and Books recently read it, and ever since hearing the title of this, I've just really wanted to read it. So this is the exclusive Waterstones edition. I think it just has some extra material, and it's signed. It's signed as well from Akwaeke Emezi. I'm so excited to read it. Oh wow. The first line is Summit. Oh my god, I'm desperate. I'm gonna see if I can fit this in my July TBR, because that first line, I haven't read anything quite like it. So yeah, I had to get this one. Then I also picked up Sanditon by Jane Austen. I have a complete Jane Austen collection, but it doesn't have Sanditon in it, so it's not really complete. It's the complete novels of Jane Austen that I have. Did Jane Austen die before she could complete this? I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to try and read all of Jane Austen's books in one vlog, potentially in August, but I'm not really sure yet, but it is something I've been really wanting to do, and I need to read this as well. I have to read this in the vlog too, otherwise it's not really a complete Jane Austen vlog. So yeah, I don't really know too much about what this is about, but then again, I don't really know what too many of the Jane Austen books are about. They're just about love. Then I picked up The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Very excited to read this one. It is the first book in the Off-Campus series, and all I know is that this follows Hannah, and she makes a deal with the bad boy on campus. What kind of deal is it? I actually don't quite know. Yeah, I think she's trying to make another guy jealous. And then I had to pick up The Final Strive by Sarah El Arifi. I've heard some really good things about this, and a couple of my colleagues really loved it as well. They received ARC copies of it. I didn't. But that's fine, because the Waterstones exclusive edition has red sprayed edges. And as soon as I saw it, there was only like 2 copies of it left. I was like, man. Yeah, there are trials every 10 years to find the next Ember rulers of the Empire. And the next set of trials are about to begin. I adore the cover. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then I also picked up The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean, and Benjamin Dean is the author of May, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow and The Secret Sunshine Project, so he's written middle grade, but this is his YA debut. Very excited to read it. It's Waterstones exclusive with a yellow... Is it Waterstones exclusive? I don't know if it is actually, but it has yellow sprayed edges. And it is about the first black and queer heir to the throne. He starts getting threatened that all of his secrets are going to come out, and things happen from there. Really excited to read it. I'm really getting more into my young adult fiction this year as well. I kind of wrote it off about last year maybe, and I was like, young adult really isn't for me, but say this one just really sounds up my street, and I think it's going to be fantastic. So I love Benjamin Dean. This one's going to be good. I also picked up If You Still Recognize Me by Cynthia So. This one was recommended to me online during some reading sprints. Somebody compared it to something, and they said it was sapphic, so I was like, it follows Elsie, who has a crush on Ada, but they've never actually met in real life. And then Elsie ends up getting visited by an old friend. In a summer of repairing broken connections and building surprising new ones, Elsie realises that she isn't nearly as alone as she thought. But now she has a choice to make. And again, it's YA, it's young adult fiction, and let's not write off young adult fiction in 2022, okay? I was also looking for more boy love manga in my store, but I've already bought it all. My friend also recommended 2 graphic novels, and this is them. It is is Critical Role Vox Machina Origins, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is about a band of adventurers called Vox Machina who have to save the world. And I love the way they look. Like, they look like a ragtag team. There's also, like, this kind of dragon thing there too. It looks a little Dungeons and Dragons-esque, and I absolutely adore the art style too. It just looks so adventurous and so fantasy, and I believe it's also been made into a TV show too. So my friend suggested watching that as well, so I most likely will. I don't know if there are more volumes to it, but I will most likely end up getting them because it just looks so good. And then I also picked up Ordinary Monsters by J.M. Miro. This one I've seen around on BookTube quite recently, and I know Liv from Olivia Reads a Latte was reading it very recently. This one I think is set in 1882 in Edinburgh, and there are two children who are being hunted for their powers. There's probably more to it. There's most likely definitely is more to it, but that is like the kind of catch that got me into it. So yeah, and it's huge. It's a very big one. But I'm hearing good things at the minute, so I had to pick it up. Also picked up Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I own the It Happened One Summer, and I'm going to be reading it next month. No, I think I'm going to read in August. So I wanted this one just in case I want to go straight into it after reading It Happened One Summer. I feel like it's not directly a sequel to It Happened One Summer, and we follow somebody called Fox Thornton, and he is a ladies' man. Everybody loves him, but then he meets Hannah and she's like resistant to his charms, and he sees that as a bit of a challenge. So I had to get some kind of summery romance in there as well. I also got Café con Leche by Emery Lee. My pronunciation is terrible. Please let me know in the comments how to pronounce that. But I saw this on a LGBTQ plus list, and I absolutely loved the look of it. It looks like it's going to make me hungry. I really want more books where there is food involved. I don't know, there's just something a little bit kind of cozy about that. So we follow Theo and Gabby, and Theo works at his parents' Asian American cafe, and Gabby plays soccer, but he's secretly gay and he wants to, I think it's dance. I think he wants to dance. Yeah, he has a love for dance, and I believe sparks fly between Theo and Gabby. So it just looks gay, and I love that. I love that. Anything to do with cafes as well. Oh. And then the last book I bought, now I'll tell you all the books I pre-ordered. The last book I bought was Sundial by Catriona Ward. And this is the same author as The Last House on Needless Street. So this one was signed and had orange sprayed edges. And just like The Last House on Needless Street, it has a really weird and vague summary inside. This one follows Rob, who she has a couple of children and one of them is a bit weird. And she decides to take this child back to the home that Rob grew up in, I think. But I did hear this mentioned recently too, and yeah, I thought it would be the perfect time to pick it up half price. So those were all the books that I bought in store. Honestly, my back was killing me carrying all of these. But then I do have all the books that I pre-ordered. So for the books I pre-ordered Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston. Of course, sequel to Amari and the Night Brothers. It's coming out later this year, I think in September. And also a lot of these pre-orders I pre-ordered because they're going to be Waterstones exclusives, or at least like they have a Waterstones exclusive edition. So I can't really get them anywhere else like this. So the next one was Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I believe there is a Waterstones edition of that too. What have I told you about going on my laptop? What have I told you? And then also The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake too. Then there's also an upcoming edition of The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. I read that book in March and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good. But there's going to be a fancy new hardback edition of it coming out later this year. But there isn't actually a cover for it as of filming this video. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it'll look nice in my Agatha Christie little collection over there. I can see it. I see you. I also pre-ordered Which Way to Anywhere by Cressida Cowell. And I love Cressida Cowell so much. She wrote How to Train Your Dragon and The Wizards of Once, and Which Way to Anywhere is her new series. I'm so excited. It's coming out in September. There's a Waterstones exclusive edition of that too. I also pre-ordered Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Towson. I have the proof copy right behind me, but I'm reading that in July, so if you want to know what I'm reading in July, I do have my July TBR video. I also pre-ordered The Book Eaters by Sun Yi Dean. Again, Waterstones exclusive. It has black sprayed edges. Next is Leela and the Blue Fox by Kieran Mulwood Hargrave and Tom DeFreston. Again, Waterstones exclusive with like a stenciled edge. And it's not exactly a sequel to Julie and the Shark, but it's going to be in the same kind of vein as Julie and the Shark, and I love Julie and the Shark so much. I also pre-ordered Stormblind by Natalie Haynes. Again, Waterstones exclusive. I also pre-ordered Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. Waterstones exclusive. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. You guessed it, Waterstones exclusive. Next, I also pre-ordered the 5th Pages and Co book. I think it's called The Treehouse Library by Anna James. Very excited for that. I love the Pages and Co series so much. And then I also pre-ordered Wolfsong by TJ Klune. Then I also pre-ordered Babel by R.F. Kuang. And again, I think this is Waterstones exclusive too. And I'm so excited for it. It's my most anticipated book. So I pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered that like ages ago already, but I thought I would mention it here. I also pre-ordered Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I think that's Waterstones exclusive too. I love Sylvia Moreno Garcia so much. I love Mexican Gothic. It's such a good book. Also, Waterstones exclusive, The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novak. Are you okay, baby? That one looks good. I think it's like a 3rd book in a series. I have the first 2. I also pre-ordered the signed edition of the Heartstopper Yearbook by Alice Oseman, but I pre-ordered that a while back too, but again, thought I would mention it here. Also pre-ordered the Waterstones exclusive of The Bullet That Missed by Richard Oseman, and that's the 3rd book in the Thursday Murder Club series. So I still need to read the first 2, but I had to pre-order the 3rd one as well because Waterstones exclusive. Then I also have 2 Puffin Bound cloth. Then I also have 2 Puffin cloth. I'm struggling, baby. Then I also have 2 Puffin cloth bound classics that I pre-ordered as well that are coming out later this year. I collect the Puffin Clothbound classics. I have pretty much all of them so far. And the 2 that are coming out are Tales of the Greek Gods and Charlotte's Web. And I absolutely love the look of these. And again, I collect those editions. So yeah, I had to pre-order them too. I also pre-ordered Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think this is a signed edition. Also pre-ordered Ministry of Unladylike Activity by Robin Stevens. And then the last 2, I have Heart of the Sun Warrior by Solin Tan pre-ordered. And that is Waterstones exclusive too. And the same with Silverborn, The Mystery of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. That has been pushed back to October 2023. So I think that is still going to be a Waterstones exclusive, but that book is like so up in the air at the minute. And yeah, I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer for that one. But yeah, those are all the books I pre-ordered and I thought I would tell you all about them. So yeah, will you stop with my legs? I know I've got sexy legs, but can you leave them alone? Can you leave them alone, please? Oh, I love you. And you know what? I didn't buy these, but a couple of ARCs were sent to me that I picked up from work today. And one of them is Ithaca by Claire North, and this looks really good. I love the look of this. This is Greek mythology, I believe. The story of Penelope of Ithaca. I'm probably saying that so wrong. You're probably laughing at me right now. Famed wife of Odysseus, I've said that one right. I know I did. As it has never been told before, beyond Ithaca's shores, the whims of gods dictate the wars of men, but on the isle, it is the choices of the abandoned women and their goddesses that will change the course of the world. So this one comes out in September, and yeah, it's a really nice art copy actually. It's very shiny, very beautiful. And then I also got Really Good actually by Monica Hasey, and I believe Monica was a screenwriter for Schitt's Creek, and I think this is fiction. I don't think this is a memoir. Yeah, it follows Maggie. Her marriage ended just 608 days after it started, but she's fine. She's doing really good actually. She's alone for the first time in her life, can't afford her rent, and her obscure PhD is going nowhere, but at the age of 29, she's younger than me. Maggie is determined to embrace her new status as a surprisingly young divorcee. Laugh out loud funny, razor sharp, and painfully relatable. So yeah, I'm actually excited about this. It comes out in January 2023. I think this will be perfect for fans of Schitt's Creek, because this is written by one of the screenwriters of Schitt's Creek, and I still need to finish watching Schitt's Creek. Anyway, that was sent to me and I picked it up from work today. So yeah, those were all of the books. I think there was like in total like 41 or something by the end of that. Or 39 that I bought and then 2 that was sent to me. So I'm just jumping in here because I have just done my final shift at work, and when I was looking at my card, I realised that I should have realised this. I've been working there for 4 years. I should know this. But when you spend £10 in Waterstones, you get a stamp on your Waterstones Plus card. And then when you get 10 stamps, you get £10 credit. And when I looked at my discount card, I had £20 on there. £20 free credit on my discount card. So you know what I said? I said, okay, I've got £20 on this. Let's turn it into £40 and get some more books. So I got another haul. These are my final 5 books, and then we'll go back to past me rounding out this vlog. So the 5 more books that I hold are The House of Shelves by F.W. Traore. I really enjoyed Children of the Quicksands by this author, and when I saw that she had a new book come in, I was ecstatic. So I was really excited to pick this up. So this one follows Cookie, and she refuses to believe in the curse of the Abiku. Her destiny is not to die young. Cookie ends up spying a beach house and goes inside where there are shadows and shells, and in the fading shadows of this house, she meets a young girl called Anilo. Anilo and Cookie become the best of friends, and then Cookie ends up finding a huge secret. No idea what the secret is, but I adore the cover, and it's also French flaps. Love me some French flaps. Then I picked up The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike. Now, apparently this is coming to Netflix. I had no idea until I saw the cover of this book in store. It was facing out and it was like, you know, it was calling to me. Like, it was destiny. It was fate that I picked up this book. This is set in a hospice for terminally ill adolescents, and 5 young people end up meeting up at midnight every night to share terrifying stories. The members of this kind of like little secret club that they've got going on, they agree that if one of them dies, then the other ones will try to contact them from beyond the grave. I believe this came out in the 90s, but it's been re-released for the new Netflix film that's coming. Honestly, I had no idea there was a new Netflix film coming based on this. No idea. I had absolutely no idea. But I love the cover, love the sound of it, and it sounds awesome. And then the next book, a customer came up to the till and bought it, and I was like, that sounds really good actually. Do we have more of it? Checked the computer, and we did. And that book is Death on Gukomen Island by Seishi Yukamitsu. Honestly, I was just looking at it while the customer was buying it, and like they were just standing there watching me, and I was just like, oh. Yeah, it looks good. So this is set on Gukomen Island, where it used to be a pirate stronghold, but now it is home to 2 feuding families. A person comes to town and brings news of death, and then a whole series of staged murders begin to take place. It says the fiendish Death on Gukomen Island is one of the best-loved classic murder mysteries by the master of Japanese crime. Japanese crime? I haven't read it before, so I would absolutely love to dive into that. Looks good, love the cover. Who knows? Then I also picked up The Society for Soulless Girls by Laura Steven. Laura Steven actually came into the store to sign these books, and I was like, this is my final shift. Like, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And this book looks so good as well. It looks fantastic. But Laura did sign it for me, and I was like, can I have a sign, please? She was like, yeah, sure. Oh my god, it was so good. So this one is set in the Carville College of Art, and I think 10 years before, 4 college students were found dead. It says in the North Tower murders. Ooh. So now flash forward 10 years, and the college is reopening. We then follow Lottie, who is determined to find out what actually happened to these girls, and then the North Tower claims another victim, and time is running out. She has to find out what's going on. But I have said in the past I've been getting more into YA this year, so I say bring it. Oh, it's already been brought in. And then finally, the last book I hold, the very final book I got on discount, very final one, is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Halton. This is described as Bridgerton meets Peaky Blinders. I saw this come into the store weeks ago, and I was going to pick it up then, and then I just didn't. And then I didn't pick it up again the other day when I went in to, you know, splurge. But today I was like, you know what? This is a sign. I still have this lifeline of using my discount. I'm going to get this book. So this follows Cecilia, who belongs to a very prestigious circle of women in Victorian society called the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. But these women, they pickpocket and blackmail their way around the city until they sit down for tea. So then Cecilia meets Ned Lightbourne, and he has a hit out on her. He's a paid assassin, and he has to take down the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I will be able to say that without looking at the book at some point. However, he does start to fall in love with her. So shall he kill her or kiss her? I love the sound of it. I do. I love the sound of it. So I'm excited to read this. These are the 5 final books that I bought with my Waterstones discount. Let's all take a moment of silence. A moment of silence, please. And now back to Pascav. But yeah, that's it. I'm sad. I'm so sad. We're gonna have to split up now, and it's kind of heartbreaking, really, you know, to say goodbye to something that's meant so much to you for so long. You know, you spend almost every day with them, and you just have to wake up one day and know that they're not there anymore, and it's just... Oh, I don't know how I'm ever going to recover from this. Quite honestly, the most devastating breakup I'll ever have to go through. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you. Go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more, You open the door and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime, and never let go till we're gone. Love was when I loved you one true time. I hold to in my life will always go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Why does the heart go once more? You open the door and you're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Yeah, let's go, let's go. Now which one you go? You're here. There's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way. You are safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Yeah, take that, Celine. Oh yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and so does Ash. Ash really, don't you appreciate it? Don't you? Yes, you do. Mwah. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on anything. I'd love to chat to you guys. A huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel, and if you want to join my Patreon or follow me on any social media, all the links are down in the description box, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye. Bye. Mwah. Oh, I love you.